Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The shocking downfall of Kody Brown has now reached a point no one ever expected, and Sister Wives fans are reeling from the breaking news that a judge has officially stripped him of not only financial control but also the authority he clung to for decades, leaving him exposed, humiliated, and powerless in a way that even his harshest critics never thought possible. And the ripples of this ruling are shaking the Sister Wives world like an earthquake, because after years of bragging about his leadership, dominance, and ability to handle multiple wives, the tables have finally turned in a way that puts every bad decision, every failed relationship, and every manipulative move under a harsh spotlight. And when word spread that the judge's ruling specifically called out Kody's mismanagement of funds, the questionable way he handled family property, and the disturbing allegations from his estranged wives about financial secrecy, fans knew this wasn't just a legal loss. This was the symbolic collapse of the entire Brown empire that Kody once insisted he built on faith, trust, and family unity, but which crumbled into chaos, betrayal, and heartbreak the moment Christine, Janelle, and Mary began to speak out against him. And the timing couldn't have been worse for Kody, because while he spent the last 2 years openly favoring Robin, the wife many consider his legal and emotional partner in every scheme, he failed to realize that the others were documenting, saving receipts, and building a case that proved he was not the protector he claimed to be, but rather the architect of financial and emotional devastation. And now the judge's order has left him stripped not just of his authority, but of the last shred of credibility he once wielded over his family, his children, and his fanbase, as legal documents confirm that Kody is no longer in control of family assets, business decisions, or property distribution, which means that his grand dream of dominating Coyote Pass and creating the ultimate Brown family compound is officially dead. And Sister Wives viewers who remember those endless seasons of Kody drawing diagrams in the desert, mapping out plots of land, and preaching about legacy, now realize those dreams were nothing but smoke and mirrors, because the court found that his promises had no backing, no accountability, and no transparency. And in the end, what remained were just debts, distrust, and broken relationships that all stemmed from Kody's stubborn refusal to treat his wives as equals. And as Christine and Janelle celebrated their newfound financial independence, Mary, who had once been Kody's most loyal defender, quietly admitted that she too had been left in the dark about money for years, fueling the judge's conclusion that Kody intentionally hoarded financial control to maintain power, which backfired spectacularly when the court recognized the imbalance as unfair, potentially exploitative, and in need of immediate correction, leading to this stunning ruling that essentially dethrones Kody not only as the head of the family, but as the financial overseer of everything the Browns once held together. And the emotional fallout is just as explosive, because the ruling sends a clear message to Robin, the wife Kody placed above all others, that her days of enjoying the spoils of Kody's favoritism without question are also numbered, since the order prevents either of them from unilateral control over money and instead grants legal oversight to ensure fair distribution, meaning the narrative Kody spun for years about protecting his sacred union with Robin while disregarding the others has now crumbled under legal scrutiny. And what makes this even more humiliating for Kody is how fans are reacting online, flooding social media with memes, celebrations, and raw commentary pointing out the poetic justice of a man who demanded obedience, loyalty, and financial sacrifice from 4 women only to end up as the one stripped of every ounce of authority. And longtime Sister Wives viewers are already speculating about how this legal defeat will play out in the upcoming season, since TLC cameras were allegedly rolling during portions of the legal battle, which means fans may get to witness Kody's breakdown, his explosive anger at the wives, his attempts to spin the narrative into victimhood, and perhaps even Robin's tears as the couple realizes their carefully crafted illusion of control has shattered before a national Audience, and what no one can deny is that this judge's ruling is unprecedented in Sister Wives history, a moment where the legal system stepped in to correct years of imbalance, stripping away Kody's shield of patriarchal authority and leaving him to face not just financial ruin, but the harsh reality that he is no longer the decision-maker, no longer the head of the family, and no longer the man he once presented himself to be. And as insiders close to the Browns reveal, this ruling could trigger further lawsuits, asset divisions, and even new custody battles over younger children still at home, which means the nightmare for Kody is only beginning, because once the legal doors swing open and the financial records are laid bare, every questionable transaction, every secret loan, and every hidden asset could come to light, and fans who always suspected Kody of favoritism, greed, or manipulation may soon see their suspicions confirmed in black and white, and that possibility alone is enough to keep Sister Wives audiences glued to every headline, every leaked document, and every rumor, because in the world of reality TV scandals, this ruling isn't just another dramatic twist. It's the ultimate takedown of a man who built his identity on control and has now lost it all in the most public and humiliating way imaginable. And the fallout could easily reshape not just Kody's life, but the future of the entire Sister Wives franchise, because if the show documents the unraveling of his authority in real time, it transforms from a story about polygamy into a cautionary tale about power, money, and the dangers of ego. And for Christine, Janelle, and Mary, this ruling represents not just vindication but liberation, proof that their voices matter, their experiences are valid, and their fight for fairness wasn't in vain. And as fans celebrate their victory, Kody is left with nothing but questions, regrets, and the bitter taste of a downfall he brought upon himself, proving once and for all that in the battle between control and justice, justice has finally won. In a shocking turn of events that has sent shockwaves through the reality television world, Kody Brown, the patriarch of the polygamous family portrayed on TLC's Sister Wives, has apparently been stripped of all financial power and assets by an unexpected court order. The decision, which has left fans and followers of the program stunned, represents a dramatic escalation in the continuing legal and personal struggles involving the Brown family. This development follows years of public scrutiny, family conflict, and financial disagreements that have occurred both on and off television. The court's decision is expected to significantly alter Kody's status within the family's intricate financial structure, raising concerns about the future of the Browns and their reality TV empire. The Sister Wives series, which aired in 2010, followed the lives of Kody Brown and his 4 wives, Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robin, and their 18 children. The show has fascinated viewers with its depiction of the difficulties and dynamics of a polygamous lifestyle, set against the backdrop of their ever-changing personal and financial troubles. Over the years, audiences have watched the family deal with everything from cross-state relocations to internal fights, divorces, and shifting alliances. However, this current legal finding is one of the most serious blows to the family's stability, especially for Kody, who has long been the primary figure in managing the family's financial and decision-making procedures. According to individuals familiar with the matter, the judge's ruling stemmed from a series of court disagreements about Kody's administration of the family's joint assets. The Brown family has maintained a sophisticated financial arrangement, pooling money to sustain their big household, various residences, and commercial interests. These endeavors include real estate investments, web businesses, and money made from their reality TV success. However, charges of mismanagement, favoritism, and unfair resource distribution are said to have fueled tensions among the spouses, prompting legal action. The court's decision to deprive Kody of financial authority is claimed to be in response to these charges, with the judge concluding that his management of the family's assets was not in the best interests of all parties concerned. The facts of the judge's decision are astonishing in magnitude. Kody, who has long positioned himself as the family's patriarch and major decision-maker, has been stripped of his control over the family's bank accounts, real estate holdings, and business interests. Instead, control has apparently been transferred to a court-appointed trustee or divided among the wives, depending on the nature of the assets. This action effectively removes Kody from the financial activities he formerly commanded, leaving him with little to no influence over how the family's wealth is managed or allocated. Furthermore, there are indications that Kody's personal access to funds has been severely curtailed, which might have serious consequences for his role in the family and on the show. The Brown family's once cohesive dynamic has unraveled, giving rise to this judicial struggle. Over the last few seasons of Sister Wives, viewers have seen escalating conflicts between Kody and his wives, particularly when Christine and Janelle asserted their independence. Christine, who left the family in 2021, was the first to publicly declare her separation, citing irreconcilable issues with Kody and discontent with the financial arrangements. Her departure marked a watershed moment in the family's history, exposing flaws in the structure and raising concerns about how assets would be shared in the aftermath. Janelle, too, has distanced herself from Kody, both emotionally and financially, with stories indicating that she filed legal action to obtain her portion of the family's income. Mary, Kody's first wife, has also struggled inside the family, with her relationship with him degrading over time. While Mary has been legally married to Kody longer than Christine or Janelle, her role in the family has become progressively sidelined, raising questions about her financial share in the family's common assets. Robin, often referred to as Kody's favorite wife, has remained at his side, but her own position has come under question as the family's financial problems have surfaced. The judge's decision appears to address these complicated dynamics by ensuring a more equitable division of income among the women and their children. The money conflicts at the center of this court drama are complex. The Brown family's fortune comes from a variety of sources, including TLC salary, real estate investments, and numerous side enterprises. The family's choice to transfer from Utah to Las Vegas and then to Flagstaff, Arizona, resulted in massive real estate transactions, with many residences purchased to accommodate their huge family. These holdings, like the enormous Coyote Pass area in Arizona, have sparked debate over ownership and financial contributions. Some stories claim that Kody preferentially directed finances to Robin's household, including the purchase of a huge property, while other wives struggled to secure their financial futures. In addition to real estate, the family has pursued a variety of economic interests, including Mary's bed and breakfast business, Janelle's real estate pursuits, and online ventures under the Sister Wives banner. These firms, while initially promising, have apparently encountered difficulties, with some failing to earn the anticipated revenue. Allegations of mismanagement have focused on Kody's role in monitoring these ventures, with critics claiming that his decisions favored select family members more than others. The judge's decision is reported to reflect a conclusion that Kody's leadership was not only unfair, but also harmful to the family's general financial well-being. The repercussions of this decision go far beyond the courtroom. For Kody, the loss of financial power is a severe blow to his position within the family. As the patriarch of a polygamous household, Kody has long positioned himself as the primary decision-maker, a role supported by the Sister Wives narrative. However, this court decision calls into question that image, portraying Kody as someone who has lost the faith of both the court and, presumably, his family. The redistribution of financial control to a trustee or the wives indicates a shift toward a more decentralized structure, one that gives individual wives more voice over their financial fate. For the spouses, this verdict could be a watershed moment in their fight for independence. Christine's departure from the family set an example for the others, indicating that it was possible to break free from the polygamous framework. Janelle, who has expressed a desire for financial independence, may view this verdict as a success because it assures that her contributions to the family's wealth are recognized and preserved. Mary's relationship with Kody has been strained for years, and the ruling may provide her with the tools she needs to carve a new path. Even Robin, who has remained faithful to Kody, may face a new reality in which her financial security is no longer totally dependent on Kody's judgments. The significance of this verdict for Sister Wives as a television show cannot be emphasized. The sitcom has thrived on the drama and complexity of the Brown family dynamics, and this legal struggle is sure to provide plenty of material for future episodes. However, it calls into question the show's long-term viability. With Christine gone, Janelle distancing herself, and Mary's role unknown. Sister Wives' familial structure is gradually unraveling. Kody's weakened authority, both financially and personally, might erode the show's primary premise, which has always been about a cohesive polygamous family working together to overcome obstacles. Fans of the show have rushed to social media to share their feelings over the news, with some expressing amazement and others celebrating the judge's choice. Posts on sites like As X have highlighted a growing belief that Kody's leadership has been problematic for years, with some viewers believing that the wives need more choice over their financial futures. Others have speculated on how this decision may affect the family's future, with some anticipating the demise of Sister Wives entirely. The polarizing comments reflect fans' profound interest in the Brown family's narrative, as well as the contentious nature of Kody's part in it. The court actions that resulted in this verdict are part of a larger trend of financial disputes among polygamous families. Polygamy, while uncommon in the United States, frequently requires complicated financial arrangements in which numerous spouses and children share resources and duties. Legal disputes over asset distribution, child support, and spousal maintenance are not unusual when these arrangements fail, as they did in the Brown family's case. The judge's decision to engage so dramatically in the Brown family's finances highlights the difficulties of ensuring fairness and equity in such unorthodox family configurations. Looking ahead, the Browns confront an uncertain future. For Kody, the loss of financial power may drive him to reconsider his role in the family and the show. Some predict that he will try to appeal the ruling or find other methods to reclaim power, but the court's decision appears to be a serious hurdle. The verdict provides an opportunity for the women to rethink their relationships with Kody and each other, potentially leading to more freedom and self-determination. However, it presents practical problems regarding how the family's assets will be managed in the future, as well as whether the trustee or dispersed control will result in better stability or increased strife. This verdict will also affect the Brown family's children, many of whom are now adults. With 18 children across the 4 women, the family's finances have always been stretched thin, and asset distribution has been a cause of contention. The judge's ruling may clarify and defend the children's interests, ensuring that their needs are satisfied regardless of the family's internal dynamics. However, it may complicate their relationships with Kody, especially for those who have stayed faithful to him despite the family's divisions. As the Sister Wives drama continues, this legal decision is a watershed event in the family's history. It serves as a reminder of the intricacies and obstacles that polygamous partnerships present, especially in terms of financial and power dynamics. Fans see it as a dramatic twist that adds another dimension of interest to a show that has never shied away from controversy. It remains to be seen if this verdict will result in better harmony or further discord, but one thing is certain: the Brown family and Sister Wives will never be the same.